Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last time around on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, we had Rohan Kishibe's Adventure, which is a bit of a misleading title because you think it's going to be a very, very awful Rohan Kishibe episode. But actually no, Rohan and Koichi actually found the plot. There's a dead ghost girl who can talk to stand users and told them that there is a killer out there. And then at the end we saw this killer, Kira, who has severed hands, and if he has a stand, then he's the plot. So yeah. Hopefully we won't have any of Koichi or Rohan, because although they were okay last episode, but still, for God's sake, please let's get back to the main characters. So, let's go ahead and find out. The reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Here we go. You know, it's times like these that I wish I wasn't doing this once a week. I've seen some people that binge, like, parts of JoJo. Like, there's one channel where he basically binged each and every part of JoJo and got drunk while I did it. Wow, part 4 feels like that, doesn't it? Part 4 is the part to do that. Maybe not part 3, just because of how long it is, you know? Like, that'd be difficult to binge. It was difficult to go week to week, but it's difficult to binge. This one, goodness. Goodness if this is not filler in the highest friggin' degree. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a very short discussion because there is really not much I'm going to be talking about on this. Man, I just said we were going to have plot. We just said this. I mean, I don't know. Maybe this guy comes back. Maybe this guy comes back and Harvest is going to be the one to help defeat Kira, but yeah, I incredibly don't care about this episode. This episode makes... Part 4 feels like all of the side episodes, all the side stories that you would get, like, in expansion media, you know? Like, if you got, like, a short thing on the internet or something, or, like, just a side story, you know? Apart from the actual plot and manga, like... That's what all of part 4 feels like, is just side stories with no plot. That's what the entire part feels like, and... I don't know. It's like, it's so tricky because, hey, I got Josuke and Okuyasu, and I love Josuke and Okuyasu, you know? And I said after last episode, I was like, please, let's get away from Koichi and Rohan. And we did. And we got an episode that I probably care about less than any... Like, I don't... Like, this may be... Hold on. Before I make a statement like that, let me look. This may be one of my least favorite episodes of part 4. If only because I don't care. I don't care. And there's nothing bad about this episode. No, there's nothing bad about this episode other than I don't care. And that's a problem. That is a problem. When I get through this and I don't care, like part 3, we had the whole thing with Alessi. I did not fucking care. I didn't care. But I also just did not like that episode. Like, that episode, even if I cared, I would have not liked that. That was not a good episode. This, while it's not bad like that episode, I don't care. I don't care about this episode, and that's just kind of where I am. And so, yeah, I don't know. Like, I like the slice of life stuff in part 4, but like, I don't care. I don't care about this episode. I could not. And the fact that this is a part 1, are you insane? Whoever at the animation team decided that. Whoever at the animation team decided that this needed to be a 2-parter, they might need to be fired, because what? Are you insane? Like, if this was a one-off episode, I'd been like, okay, whatever, I didn't really care for that, but who cares? You know, like it wouldn't matter. I'd be like, okay, well, let's just move on. Which was kind of my problem with Alessi as well, where, like, that was one of the worst episodes, and it was a part 1, you know? It was one of the worst episodes, and it was a part 1. And that's sort of the problem here. And it's kind of the same with the Rohan episodes, you know? The specific Rohan 2-parter, where I didn't care, really, you know? Funny thing about this episode, though, I absolutely love Koichi's cameo with this. That was quite possibly the funniest thing of the episode, where Koichi realizes that Yukiko is stalking him, and he shits his pants and runs, and Yukiko's like, oh, no, damn it, he's running. I don't know why that was the funniest thing. You know what? Okay, if we're gonna get another Yukiko episode, I'm okay. I'm down for a Yukiko episode, because I like the Yukiko episodes. Like, I know they were a Koichi episode, and I've said my piece about Koichi episodes, but that was still pretty early on, you know? Like, that's the thing, you know, Koichi was a huge focus of the Nijimura brothers. He had his own episode where he got reverb. And then it's like, okay, you know, you're doing a lot with Koichi, and then you do a 2-parter with Koichi and Yukiko. And then after that, to get, you know, heavy involvement in Chili Pepper, you know, heavy involvement in the Rohan episodes, and then the episode where we learn about the friggin' plot. Maybe it's Yukiko. Maybe I like Yukiko. Maybe that's the issue. It's like, I'm not excited about a Koichi Yukiko episode. I'm excited about another Yukiko episode because I like Yukiko. Like, I would rather stick with Koichi and Yukiko than stick with Shigechi. Like, I don't care about this episode. Okay, so we have Harvest. That must be a reference to something, I feel like. That must be some sort of a song reference, but I have no idea what that would be a reference to, so it works. Plus, I will at least say that name, if it is a reference to a band or a song or anything like that. It's a very clever name, actually, because yeah, what does this stand do? It harvests things, you know? It harvests all the, you know, forgotten change around Morio. Cool, that's an interesting idea for a stand, you know? So, I like that. And I like how, you know, he seems to be a good kid at first. You know, he seems to be a good kid at first, where it's like, you know, no, I asked an officer about this. Like, that's actually very clever that he asked an officer, you know, if he should return those coins. And it's like, no, it's, like, it doesn't matter, because he's not stealing it from someone, you know? He's not stealing it from someone, and it's not even that he's going into the vending machines, I don't think. Maybe he is, but I don't think it's that. I think it's that he's literally just, like, going and finding, you know, just change that's on the ground. That's completely legal. So I did kind of like that, and over time he's amassed 120,000 yen, which is interesting. And then Josuke and Okuyasu, being the teenagers that they are, you know, it doesn't matter how good Josuke Higashikata is, he's still a teenager at heart, and yeah, he was willing to take advantage of this kid and his power, and so he came up with a business venture. It was a clever idea, but yeah, I understand why. I understand why Shigechi went against them, because like, yeah, and it's definitely kid logic of like, well, my harvest did all the work. You guys didn't do any of the work, and he doesn't care about, oh, well, Josuke came up with the plan. Okuyasu really didn't do anything. Josuke at least came up with a plan, so you would almost think that would entitle him. But yeah, I understand his logic and stuff. So yeah, he does that. They try to take the mature path, I guess, and then Okuyasu gets the lottery numbers, and now Shigechi's going to take that. Okay, that's all well and good. Why did this need to be 2 episodes? This could have easily been 1 episode. And the thing is, I talk about this a lot on when I do my Doctor Who Classic reactions, is because all of those are, serialized episodes, basically. So they'll do one story over 4 to 8 episodes, sometimes 12 episodes for one story. And a lot of times when me and my dad are watching that, we do say, well, this could have been trimmed down. You could have edited this with, get this to be, tighten up the writing and everything. You could get this down, 1 or 2 more episodes, and then it'd be a much better episode, because everything, it's a lot more tight, it's a tighter script, and it could have really worked out better. And while I don't think this would have been an exceptional, amazing episode, this could have been 1 episode. You could have, I feel like, I don't care what's really going to be happening next episode, I feel like you could have cut that down. I feel like you could cut this down to 1 episode and be fine. Also, I don't know, I don't know, maybe Shigechi's going to come back and he's going to have the finishing blow on Kira or something whenever the plot finally starts back up again. But if not, this feels like filler in the highest degree, Like, because there are important episodes. Like, okay, I'm going to go through every episode of Diamond is Unbreakable so far, and I will tell you if I think they are filler or not. Now, the first 5 episodes, all necessary. You may have been able to trim up the Nijimura brothers, but that's really splitting hairs. It's fine. Koichi Hirose Reverb, which is episode 6. Good, fine. Hazamada's episode, filler, I would say. Filler, don't really need it. A good episode, good with Josuke and Koichi, but filler. The Yukiko Yamagishi Falls in Love 2-parter, very good. It establishes Reverb Act 2, and it's just interesting in general. I like Yukiko. Let's Go Eat Some Italian Food, filler. Chili Pepper, not filler, pretty decent. Could have toned down Koichi yelling a little bit, but whatever. That's down to the script at that point, but those 2 episodes, necessary. We picked up something crazy. Yes, I will admit that is filler, but it is a good Josuke and Joseph episode, and just a good episode. It's nice to have Joseph back. Let's Go to the Manga Artist House Part 1 and Part 2. Filler, cut it. I hate that. I hate those episodes. The only good thing about that was the beatdown. I don't even like Rohan. Let's Go Hunting. Filler, but a good Josuke Jotaro episode. Rohan Kishibe's Adventure. Unfortunately, not filler. That is the actual plot. Shigeki's Harvest. Filler. In the highest degree. And now, interestingly, as I say this, some of these are filler, but they're okay. Hazamada with you, The Hazamada episode, filler. You can skip it and not miss a beat. But a fun episode with Josuke and Koichi. Let's Go Eat Some Italian Food, filler, but it's slightly entertaining. We picked up something crazy, filler, but at least you have, interesting interactions between Josuke and Joseph. Let's Go to the Manga Artist's House. Not interesting. Cut that completely. Let's Go Hunting. Filler, but good, It is actually good because it's interesting, fun interactions between Josuke and Jotaro. Rohan Kishibe's Adventure, again, is not filler. But Shigechi's Harvest, Part 1, and presumably, I'm just going to make an assumption on the next episode, but filler, and I guess you could say it's a fun Josuke Okuyasu episode. But they're not doing anything. Like, they're basically, because they're not even scamming a little kid, basically. I mean, they're taking advantage of this kid and his stand. They're taking advantage of this kid's power in order to get some money. Why do we need a two-parter about that, you know? So, I don't know. At least there is a promise of Yukiko episodes in the future, but I'm sitting here thinking if you had cut this episode, I don't think I would have missed it. I don't think we're going to miss a thing if these two episodes were cut. So, yeah, like, I guess that's at the end of the day, am I missing anything if these episodes are skipped? And I'm going to say, frankly, at least judging on this episode, no. We'll see if that changes next episode. Who knows? They're gonna scam Kira. He's gonna do something, and the plot will start up in the next episode. I don't fucking know. But if you skip this episode, I feel like you're not missing anything. We'll see if I'm proved wrong, but yeah, I'm just kind of done. There's nothing else for me to talk about with this episode. It's just that happened, but there's a promise of Yukiko, and I like Yukiko, so there's at least that. So I know she's terrifying as all sin, but she's kind of cute, so yeah, that's pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.